Hello and welcome to my video review of Three Men in a Boat, a classic comic novel by Jerome K. Jerome. This book was first published in 1889 and tells the story of three friends who decide to take a boating trip along the Thames River in England. Along the way, they encounter various mishaps, adventures, and humorous situations. The book is full of witty observations, historical anecdotes, and satirical comments on the Victorian society. The narrator of the book is Jay, a young man who lives in London with his two friends, George and Harris. They are all hypochondriacs who think they suffer from various diseases and need a change of scenery. They decide to rent a boat and sail up the river from Kingston to Oxford, camping along the banks. They also bring along a dog named Montmorency, who adds to the chaos and comedy of the trip. The book is divided into 19 chapters, each describing a different day or location of the journey. The chapters are not very plot-driven, but rather focus on the humorous incidents and conversations that happen along the way. Some of the highlights include the difficulties of packing and getting started, as the men forget essential items, make a mess of their food, and argue over who should do the work. The troubles of finding a suitable place to camp, as they encounter bad weather, noisy animals, trespassing laws, and unfriendly locals. The disasters of cooking their own meals, as they burn their food, spill their ingredients, and ruin their dishes. The challenges of navigating the river, as they get lost, stuck, or capsized by the currents, locks, bridges, and other boats. The escapades of exploring the towns and landmarks along the river, as they get into trouble with the police, the locals, and the historical figures. The digressions of telling stories and anecdotes, as they recall their past experiences, share their opinions, and make fun of each other. Throughout the book, the author also inserts his own commentary on various topics, such as the history, culture, and scenery of the places they visit, the customs and habits of the people they meet, and the absurdities and contradictions of the Victorian society. He also makes frequent references to literature, art, music, and philosophy, often in a sarcastic or ironic way. Three Men in a Boat is a book that can be enjoyed on many levels. On the surface, it is a hilarious and entertaining account of a leisurely trip gone wrong. The book is full of slapstick comedy, witty dialogue, and absurd situations that make the reader laugh out loud. The characters are relatable and likable, despite their flaws and follies. The dog Montmorency is especially amusing as he causes trouble and mischief wherever he goes. On a deeper level, the book is also a satire and a critique of the Victorian society. The author exposes the hypocrisy, pretentiousness, and superficiality of the upper and middle classes who are obsessed with status, appearance, and materialism. He also contrasts the idyllic and romanticized view of the past and the countryside with the harsh and realistic view of the present and the city. He shows how the modern life is full of stress, pollution, and corruption, and how the people have lost their connection with nature, history, and themselves. The book is also a reflection and a celebration of the human condition. The author shows how the men are driven by their hopes, fears, dreams, and desires, and how they cope with their challenges, failures, and successes. He also shows how the men are bonded by their friendship, loyalty, and humor, and how they enjoy the simple pleasures of life, such as food, music, and nature. He also shows how the men are influenced by their imagination, creativity, and curiosity, and how they learn from their experiences, observations, and reflections. Conclusion. Show some images of the book's popularity, such as adaptations, translations, and editions. Three Men in a Boat is a book that has stood the test of time and has remained popular and relevant for over a century. It is a book that appeals to readers of all ages, backgrounds, and interests, as it offers a rich and varied experience of humor, adventure, history, and culture. It is a book that can make you laugh, think, and feel, and that can inspire you to explore the world and yourself. It is a book that I highly recommend to anyone who loves a good story and a good laugh. Thank you for watching my video review of Three Men in a Boat. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more book reviews. And don't forget to leave a comment below and tell me what you think of this book. Until next time, happy reading.